Welcome into week 2 of Friday Night Football on 13 WREX. Dating back to last year, the Byron Tigers have won 15 straight games, but an up-and-coming Rockford Lutheran squad looks to change that. This one at the home of the Tigers for their homecoming.
Friday Night Football's Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Feldco, Rockford's home renewal experts.
All right, this one at the home of the Tigers for their homecoming. And if Lutheran needed a big play to happen right away, this was it. Byron fumbles on the opening drive, and it's caught in midair by Graydon Schoenweiss. Lutheran 4th and 2 in scoring position, but Byron comes up with a massive stop. A huge play to make up for the early mistake. First play of the drive, and if you guys don't know what an all-state running back looks like, here you go. Caden Considine, nothing but green grass, 79 yards to the end zone, and the Tigers strike first. Considine juiced up after that big play. Expect more of the same throughout the year from him. Lutheran drove down the field but got held up around the same spot. Santana Dixon nailed a field goal to make it 7-3. The Tigers got back to business with their run attack. Braden Knoll finding a lane and taking it all the way to midfield. Then the QB, Andrew Talbert, keeping it himself. Byron's offensive line just creating massive holes. Talbert needing no juke moves at all, just speed. He cruises in for the second score, 52 yards. Byron's student section loving it all night long. With 3 seconds left in the first quarter, their third touchdown. Braden Knoll takes it in. The Crusaders, no problem for the reigning state champs. Tigers win 49-18. And staying in the Big Northern, Dixon hosting Oregon in a Ogle County border battle. The Dixon Dukes started off strong against the Oregon Hawks. Seniors Colin Chenier and Eli Davidson starting the game off strong with a touchdown for the Dukes. And then the defensive line staying strong as well, keeping the Hawks at bay. Dixon wrapped up the end of the first quarter, taking the ball back, scoring a field goal, making it 9-0. The final score, 35-0. Dukes with the home field win. Over in Stillman Valley, taking on Rock Falls, the Cardinals held a ceremony honoring all the decades of football history at their school. And the 2024 Cards trying to create a new piece of history in the Valley. Already up by 2 scores in the second quarter, Ryan Ruff finds Mike Orlando for 6, and the cheerleaders breaking out the foghorn for that score. Rock Falls did muster up a good drive in response, 4th and 2 on the 19. Corbin Oligny breaks a tackle on his way to the house. Back to a 2-score game. The Cardinals and their bruising running back, Brock Needs, said that's no problem. Opening the second half, rumbling through the Rockets defense and even getting some extra yards through contact to set up their next score. Needs breaks through, and Stillman Valley picks up win number 1 on the season, 38-14. The key showdown in the NUIC, Lena Winslow taking on Fulton in a matchup of 1-0 teams. Alec Schlichting breaks free for a huge touchdown run. The Panthers doing what they do. They run all over Fulton. The band plays a winning tune as well, 44-13. Dakota and Forreston both looking to bounce back in week 2 after getting shut out in week 1. Forreston starting the second half off strong in this already up 30-0. The Cardinals quickly up thanks to that score. Senior Dane Setterstrom ringing in a touchdown, followed by sophomore Eli Ferris with a 2-point conversion. As Forreston continues to build on a dominant lead, Dakota Indians offense trying to move the ball down the field. The Cardinals defense were on fire tonight, quick with the tackles and keeping the Dakota movement under control, limiting them on the ground, in the air the entire night. Final score 38-0, Forreston for the win, as this one not even close. And we're just getting started on Friday Night Football. Still more to come. More action from the small schools, plus all your Nick 10 highlights. Stick around as F&F returns in just a few minutes. Dupec and Eastland Pearl City both picked up wins in week 1, setting up a showdown to stay tied atop the NUIC standings. And the clash of the co-ops going down in Durand, with both teams pumped up for this one as you get an inside look in the Dupec huddle. Third quarter, Lucas Rossau trying to get it in for 6 and does, getting tackled in the end zone. Dupec with a commanding 22-8 lead. Pearl City looking to answer back, and Adam Allender rolls out of the pocket trying to create something, throws up a deep one that almost goes for 6 points, but the Wolves broken up at the last minute. Fourth quarter, the Rivermen deep in Wolves territory, trying to put this one away, and again, Rossau punches it in for 6. The kids loving it, and Dupec trying to put something on the board around midfield. Allender rolls out to the right again, but this time it's picked off by Jordan Gassman, and that would be all she wrote for this one. Dupec with a 36-8 win in this one. And to some 8-man football action, Orangeville taking on South Beloit. The Broncos came out strong. Hayden Schofield gets to the outside. He takes it in for the 6-0 Orangeville lead. South Beloit first-year head coach Josh Redeski coaching up his guys on the sideline as you see him there trying to draw something up. And the Sobos running strong. Cameron Meister, a nice gain. Sobos win it 42-20. In the Nick 10, a nice rainbow in the early evening with Harlem and Auburn both looking for that pot of gold in the form of a win. Auburn down 7-0. Xavier Lynn, the quarterback, running strong, fighting for the end zone, gets the score to cut it to 7-6. Knights are fired up, and Harlem head coach Jim Morrow staying calm on the sideline with his Huskies orange and black from head to toe. The Harlem D, they start to buckle down. Ahmad Hurd imposing his will, gets the sack to force an Auburn punt. Huskies knocking on the door. It's going to be 4th and goal coming up here. Jamani Muhammad gets to the corner and he's in for the score. This game is suspended due to a fight in the crowd. Harlem leads Auburn 20-6. They'll resume the game tomorrow. And Hononegah looking to stay perfect, taking on Jefferson at Wyeth Stadium. Early on in this one, Dominic Kelly keeps it, jukes one and another all the way for the first down. Hano driving early as he's finally tackled there, and they took advantage. Brock Anderson punches it in for 6 and gets lifted up by his lineman. A very cool celebration. The next Hano possession, Kelly drops back and it gets swatted at the line and picked off. He's taken all the way back to the house by LaShawn Gaithright. Hano still leads 14-8. However, that would be the only points the Jayhawks would score as Curtis Smith rips off a large run, taking it all the way in for another Indian score. This one not even close as Hononegah wins 48-8. We've seen lots of good football so far, but we're not done yet. More highlights plus our play of the week when Friday Night Football returns. Belvedere and Guilford both lost their season openers last week, so both teams looking to get in the win column for the first time. The Vikings hosting the Bucks at Swanson Stadium. They're going to start off on offense. Guilford's Chris Porter, he's very tough to tackle, fighting for extra yardage. And look at that, just look at that group, and he breaks free for the key first down. Just a big run from him. The Vikings up 14-7. Isaiah Primus, he's going to run in for the score to make it 21-7 Guilford. And the cheerleaders over there at Guilford in tonight's theme, the cowboy hats coming up. It's a Western theme for Guilford. A little odd for the Vikings, but I'll let it pass. Belvedere showing some fight. Julian Jones hits Jason LeBeau for the leaping catch and the first down, but the Guilford defense is just too tough in this one. They lose 21-7. Rochelle hits the road south for a non-conference game at Morton. A beautiful moon over Morton. Grant Sensler showing off his strong running style. He's so tough to bring down as he moves the chains for the Hubs. Gensler again this time. He's going to find the end zone coming up here. And here's the snap. Toss to Gensler, making a little stutter step there, and he gets into the end zone. Rochelle finding the end zone often to a 36-8 win. They improve to 2-0. And our photographers scoured the area looking for the best high school football action, but only one can be our play of the week. We go back out to Byron. Caden Considine's 79-yard touchdown run after their massive stop to keep Lutheran off the board. And that's going to do it for week 2 of Friday Night Football. Join us back next week for week 3. Thank you for joining us.